Hello, Lex. It's me again, Jailani. I want to share my daily activities today, but it seems like I don't finish much of much of tasks today, so I don't have many things to share with you, and I don't think I want to share about daily life so often because I kind of hate it when I kind of hate hates it when share my private life in this kind of video. But today when I woke up in the morning, I feel very tired, I feel exhausted, and I just want to pass the class today because the class start in the 7 o'clock and it's very early in the morning, so I want to pass it. And then when I look to my phone, I got notice from my tutor, and it turns out she diminished this class today. At first time, I felt relief, and I just feel tired to going to the class, and then it turns out he also don't have a chance to go to the class today, and I can if and I feel relieved, so I don't need to pass the class, and probably we change the class into Saturday next time. But when I look deeply, the reason why she can't make it to the class today, it turns out that her uncle died today, and they are in the morning today, and I kind of feel bad to I feel glad that I can't go to the class, but I can't do nothing. There's nothing I can do, but I just feel sorry for my tutor, and I hope they are well. Their family become well for the losing that someone they love. And then today I called my mom. My mom called me yesterday, and I can't. But I don't take my phones because at that moment I still in the road, so I don't know that he called it. But when I called back yesterday, called her back yesterday. She don't pick up my calling. So I try to call her today, and it turns out that she on the road by fans with my brother, my older brother, and that time my older sister moved to the new house, and a small house as my mom says, but it kind of new and a very a good place, and close to my another sister and brother, so they will find a place that they can meet so often, because my older sister live very far from my another brothers and sister, so they can meet each other so often. So this is why the reason. And also the older place which my sister live kind of floods regularly when rain into the city, pour to the city, and they're going to become floods, and very annoying. So my sister decided to move to another house, and also they got bigger lawns in front of their house, so they can plant a fruits like lemon or something like that. And as I know, she's very excited about this new home because she want to move to another place for a long time, but because it costs a lot of money to move to another place, and that she make it today, and I feel glad, and I hope that my sister enjoyed her new house with her family. And my mother said to me that she want to call me again this afternoon when they are already in the house, because at the moment they are still in the road. So in the road going to my sister home, my sister house. And then yeah, I'm already finished my application for scholarship today, and I feel relieved that I finished it, but I don't submit this application yet because I want to make sure everything under control. I want to edit it. Some mistake probably happens in this my paper sheet, so I want to, before I submit it, I want to edit some error words. So I want to make sure that when people accept this submitted, there's nothing error anymore. The things are very hard for me to find topic to talk with you today. I don't even know what I want to talking about because there are already many things. I thought is kind of 7 or 8 video. I make it in a row every day, and I kind of proud to myself because I'm consistent for a weeks make this kind of video, and I feel happy about it. And I hope I will do it for until I got my better improving my English school, my English skill. So until I hope it become, as I told you before, until C1 level, and I want to make this video, then I become better in speaking, in terms of speaking the language. Today I do my laundry, okay, and nothing special about it, of course, everyone do it. Oh yeah, I have a special meal today. When I'm going to eat, whether it's breakfast, dinner, or lunch, I don't eat meat so often because it's very expensive here in Indonesia, especially. But because I feel that I won't eat it, so I purchased the meat today. It cost me 9,000 rupiah for a complete food with a chicken meat, and then rice, and then a kangkung, vegetables, and then meat, noodles. So it cost me 9,000. It kind of expensive because when I eat another proteins like tempeh and tofu, it cost me less than that. It around 6,000 till 7,000. So it more expensive, but it's okay because I don't eat meat every day. So I think it's okay to to make your to eat that something not that I think meat is good for our health. It is, of course, but in this modern term, it's not always the case, I guess. I read the book. This called Eating Animals. I think this book very inspiring me for not eat much of meats, mostly public productions from a company, because it turns out these meats have very bad quality When it comes to import meats like from USA or from Brazil, it from mass production. They fabricate meat. It's very unhealthy and done good for environment too. So I think it's better to eat a local meat from a farmer. When I was younger in the islands, we have these traditions. um, when my sister come from abroad, from not from abroad but from another island, from another city, they back to home. We have tradition to eat a meat, a chicken from because we raise a chicken by ourselves in the backyard because we have a very wide of lands in the island. So at that moment, my mother have many chickens. So it's very organic because we don't give the chicken food. They looking by themselves around the house, going to the beach and looking to in the river and the surrounding land surrounding our home. And it very the taste of the chicken very different with compared to the chicken I ate in this city, because in the chicken in my back home very they feel sweet and they bone very hard to craze. It's very hard to craze because they're like doing, probably for people doing a lot of exercise. They don't live in in the cage. They don't live in the small place, but they are free animal, so they have a good shape and they can. This chicken even can fly, and I think this chicken very good for our health. But even though in my back home we don't eat chicken so often because it's very of course it's very expensive, and because I live in the islands, it's very near to the sea. We have very long coastline around our island, so there's plenty of fish there. And when come to the food daily life, we eat fish so often. Every day we eat like fish, octopus, and a shell, seashell, and something like that, like a crabs. So our protein mostly come from the sea animal, and they are also very healthy because they are raised naturally in the sea as much as our chicken in the backyard. But here, I don't want to eat more of that meat because it's very unhealthy. It is my impression from reading eating animal books. It's very good book. I think if you find this book, it's very important to read. And then I decide to change my proteins from meat to soya bean. It's from meat to beans because it's more cheaper, and also I think it's more healthy than eat meat. And I lost weight too when I live here in Paris because I eat more vegetables than rice. I think it's important for our health, our body, to eat more vegetables. And the good thing is when I live here, I exercise regularly. I running in the fields with my friends, but mostly alone by myself. And then also I am playing badminton. I'm very obsessive with this kind of sport today. So I play two rackets to play badminton with my friends. And it cost me a lot of money, but it worth it when it come to healthy, I guess, because when I come to improve skills and healthy life, I think it's okay to spend more amounts of money because we can change our healthy, our a better life and our skill to do something. And if I have a time, I even consider to take a computer course, learns animation and something like that, because I got this brochure from a course place close here, close to the mosque here, and there is kind of very reasonable price, and I can learn privately around 2 weeks or 1 month to make an animation, and I want to learn that, but at this moment I don't have time to learn about it because I must focus on my English course. But if I have a spare time, probably next month or a few months later, I will consider to take this course to improving my skill in a computing, like doing designs and doing make an animation, because I want to learn it from many years ago, but I don't have a chance. I think the difference between myself in at the moment with myself in the past time, that I'm very strict about money when it comes to the pastime, because I don't realize that how important it is to learn something new. If I at this moment in my first time, I have very many spare time. I have many free time that I can use the time to learn something beneficial for my future, but I don't do that because it costs a lot of money to learn something new, and then it turns out I regret that kind of way of life. And at the moment, if I have a chance to learn something new, I don't hesitate to spend more money into it as I can, even though uh, because it is very important for the future. And what I want to talking about again is about probably about eating animals. From the book, I find a very great book to read, and I think you need to find it in internet. Eating animals. I'm for cats who write this book. He's Americans, and he doing a research about factory of mass productions of meat there in America, and it turns out very bad, not only for environment but also for our health, as we know that today in Americans there are a problem with obesity, not from only in American. I guess it's a problem about obesity happens around the world, not only in American, but probably we talk about American very much because very popular for junk food in American. They don't have a good cooking culture like here in Indonesia or another place around the world. When it comes to food, they eat fast food so often, and then probably they don't have a tradition to cook together, and they eat meats very much, and healthy food very expensive there compared to the junk food like burger or something like that. So it's very different here in Indonesia. The junk food is very expensive. When you're going to a burger place, it's more likely that you are upper class or at least you're middle class. But if you are from lower class, you unlikely to going to eat burger because it's very expensive. Here, the cheap foods like vegetables and tempeh or tofu is very cheap, and they are also very healthy. I think it's different between Indonesia and United States of America. But of course, there are concerns here in Indonesia raising in obesity, and I find it very scary for the future of our generation. So, but the problem is about obesity. Sometimes it's not only about the bad health. I think the problem also about bullying. People bully people who obese. It's not a good thing to do, of course, obviously, and we have to stop this happen in our society. But the problem is we also can reject the fact that become obese very unhealthy to and very and risk our future. So I think how to counter the problem is to become aware and sensitive with each other. We don't bully each other. I think it's not our business to not our business. I mean, is we don't have to bully other people who live in obese. But at that moment, we also need acknowledge ourselves, our family, and our society to live healthy in our best daily life, like eat healthy, eat more vegetables and fruits, and also we need to learn less drop our motorcycle and car, and we use bicycle or walking around our neighborhoods more often than we are before. And also we need to exercise regularly, doing activities, not only lying in a bed. That is what I want to do right now, to stop laying on my bed and scrolling into media, but more active about to my body, and not only about improving my brain, my skill, but also doing a lot of exercise and become more healthy than before. Then I think the problem is also the problem in Indonesia. We are very, I think Indonesia and American very similar with this. There's very bad about transportation, public transportation, because we are had this mindset that to go to the place it's easy using a car and or motorcycle, to ride motorcycle. I think we need to change this mindset, and we need to walking more. But of course it's very complex problem because Indonesia is tropic country. It's very sunny, and you go to one place to another in the midst of the day is very hard because it's very hot out there. And also um, you know there are many dust, and there are very many problem on the street with people crowded. I think our governments need to make sure that people who walking going the city feel safe and feel comfortable with, they make pavements of our sidewalk become wide, and then also make sure that they plant tree between the streets, so people walk under the tree feel comfortable even in the midday. I think when government and public working together, we make sure we can make our society become healthy in the future. Talking about healthy is very hard for me because I have a limited vocabularies, and if you feel that my word kind of wrong and you feel offensive or something like that, I am sorry about it, and I hope you only listen for this podcast and this video, and you don't take it personal. And I'm sorry for if I make a mistake from my words, because I don't mean it. It is that my English word very limited to express what I want to say, and it because more than 20 minutes already, and I will say that thank you for you listening my video here, and I want to say that thank you very much and goodbye.